Well, I made it to my campsite here. Got it all unloaded, ready. Got it set up for the hunt. Tomorrow's orientation, like I said. Right now it's just gonna unpack, try to stay dry. But right there, right behind me is that's actually the Laguna Atascosa refuge right there. So that's where I'll be hunting right there. And it was a long trip. Took about 7 hours, but I made it. Wasn't too bad. Definitely wet and muddy. It's gonna be interesting. Good thing I have rubber boots here. So gonna still unpack, get ready, and get settled in, and probably catch you for orientation. Well, good morning. Pretty quiet night last night. Barge came through once about 10 o'clock last night, but it wasn't too bad. Still chilly, rained all last night. Didn't stop until about like 2 o'clock in the morning, and right now it's just overcast, but it looks like it's gonna break about 2 o'clock, maybe get up to about 59, and hopefully tomorrow I'll see some sunshine. Last night about 5:30 I was doing some glassing back here right behind my camper, just checking things out, and I think I seen a cow nilgai probably about 700 yards off. Barely can get her. It was kind of a little dark, so I think it was a nilgai cow. Then I spotted a white-tailed doe right there, probably about 100 yards away. Thought she was bedded up, laying down. Next thing I know, she started walking, and the grass is up to her head right here. She spotted me, kind of like, then she freaked out and started running back in that direction right there. Then when she was jumping, then I seen there how big she was. She was a good-sized body right there. But otherwise, about 15 more minutes, got to head over to orientation at the visitor center. I guess get the lowdown of all the rules and regulations of hunting here, and then I think we're allowed to scout the area and look for a spot to where we want to sit down and hunt, or spot and stock. So I'm ready to get over there. So catch you guys. All right, I made it out here to my scouting area. It's the place I picked here on the map. Found a few signs of deer. It's kind of like sporadic right now. Got some tracks over here. Basically it goes back off in that real thick stuff back there. A lot of cross trails here. A lot of trails crisscrossing in and out. Now I just gotta find a spot where I can put my chair. More tracks right here. But the wind is blowing. The wind is blowing this direction right here. And I'm afraid if they're coming downwind for me, I won't be able to cover my scent too much. So this looks like a good spot here. I'm gonna sit up here, see what happens. Probably maybe use this as a evening hunt. We'll go up the road here a little bit more, see where all those other hunters are going. I think they're going all the way to the end, and see what they're doing. Just trying to get a general idea. Well, good morning. It's about 9 o'clock. I've been out here for about an hour and a half already. Very windy today, extremely windy and chilly. Luckily I'm behind this blind right here, so it's keeping most of the wind off of me right now. I wish to say it was quiet, but as soon as I turned around the corner where I was going to set my blind, there was a deer right there, not even 15 yards from me. whatever it was, male or female, blew and had his head down. It was like charging off. So hopefully that wasn't the only deer in this area that I seen tracks for. But I'm just gonna sit here for the next few more hours. Well, it's about 11 o'clock, and ever since I busted that deer on the way in here, it's very quiet. Still windy. Sometimes extremely windy. Chilly still. Feels like it's warming up a little bit though. But it's all quiet. Probably gonna give it another good 30-40 minutes. And I'll probably head to my truck and grab me some lunch. I'll probably come back out here a little bit after when I have my lunch. Alright, came back to the truck, just had some lunch, rested for an hour, got in the truck and got out of the wind, just warmed up a little bit. Sun finally came out, but still windy, and got the little nip in the air. So, just rested here, head back in here for the rest of the evening, fix my blind a little bit, hopefully need to work on concealing myself. See how it works. I'll probably hunt here tomorrow morning, and nothing turns out since I chased that deer away this morning. I might move further down the road then. Alright, back out here in my blind. I'm all set up for a afternoon hunt right now. Sun's out right now, feels good. It's quite breezy, so I hope my blind here doesn't move too much. I don't think deer like that too much, but I'm gonna settle in and just hopefully something comes along this evening. Well, it's about 4 o'clock. Got a good hour left of shooting light here. Very quiet, very breezy. Wind keeps on blowing in every direction and circling around sometimes, blowing my shade right here. But got a good hour. Hopefully something pops through here within the next hour. Otherwise I'll definitely be back here in the morning, try it again, and hopefully try not to spook another deer this time. Well, that was interesting. About 5 minutes later, I'm looking in that direction right there. I see something bright orange walking this way. I'm like, are you kidding me? Another hunter's spotting stalking, going down with the wind in my direction. As soon as he turned the corner, he seen my blind. I waved at him, he waved at me, he turned around, went back and everything. That's probably one of the challenges hunting here. Gonna be bumping a lot of other hunters here. I decided to leave my blind and do some spotting stalking, and come about 100 yards back off in here, I seen a pile of bones. And at first I thought it was a young buck because I found a young spike over there, but actually found a, looks like a good old young nilgai right here. It's his skull. The rest of his bones are scattered everywhere. Vertebrae, hip bones, leg bones. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I've seen actually a skull of a nilgai. Well, I made it back to my blind here. Got out about 150 yards out there. I can hear the guys over here talking. Wherever that guy shot that pistol this morning. So, but I noticed that bone pile of a nilgai back there. That's a pretty good sign. So they are in this area, surprisingly. Thought they were going to be further up north, where I'm going to plan to go scout and hunt tomorrow. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this blind. This guy over here shot his pistol twice earlier this morning too, so if anything was in here, it's probably already boogied by now. So I'm going to call it for the morning and probably do some scouting for this afternoon. Well, good morning. Day 3 here. Heading back into the refuge over there. Moving to a different spot. Yesterday I scouted all afternoon, went a little bit further all the way north to the end of the county road, and it's kind of like unit 7 and 8, I believe it's back there. That's where most of the hunters I've talked to recently said most of the nilgai congregate at, and probably more deer too. So I'm gonna head back there. I'm gonna unload my bike and my game cart, and I'm actually gonna use that today, do a little scouting, walking around, maybe sit underneath the tree, see if I see anything. So heading over there right now, and gonna give it a try. Well, I'm back here about 2 miles right now. I've already busted 3 other hunters on the way here. One I basically walked right into his blind, and the other dude was just sitting right off the road. I could see him plain as day. So this is gonna suck, because there's definitely hunters back here, and they're in their spots, and you know, it's just like that one hunter. He came across my blind the other day, and I didn't appreciate that. So it's definitely a hard hunt out here. You definitely have to get out here like hours early and set up. So I'm back here, marshland area. A lot of pelicans back here, a lot of ducks. A lot of hunting right now. You can hear nothing but shotguns everywhere, but I haven't seen nothing yet. So I'm gonna keep on going back close to the campsite, and I'm gonna work my way back slowly this way again. All right, I made it close to the feeder right here. Campsite. It's probably another mile that way right there where my trailer's parked, and I can see this cow come out every evening, but last night she didn't show up. So I'm actually gonna start here. I'm gonna work my way in that direction right there, and I'll probably do a loop around and walk back this way. Wind is blowing in my direction, so I'm gonna try to keep my scent to my back and everything. Let's go down that way and see what we got. Yep, that's what you got to deal with back here. It's still part of the property, but they got duck hunters over here every day. So I don't know what that's doing to the wildlife here. Maybe chasing them all further in the middle. So I'll keep on walking back this way. Got some tracks right here finally. Yeah, nice. Looks like definitely nilgai. I'm going in this direction. Looks like two of them walking in this direction right here. I'm gonna go follow it. Oh, actually, three. 1, 2, 3. More right there. So I'm gonna slowly work around this way and try to follow the trail here. They look pretty fresh. Look very fresh. Well, I finally found it. The gold mine. An empty turtle shell. Never seen that before. Completely gone. Pretty cool. Alright, made it all the way back to the back side of this property here. Got this lagoon right here, just full of birds and everything. All the tracks I'm seeing is actually going back that way, over there. And right there you got a poop pile right there, but it's looks like it's a couple of days old. Like I said, all the tracks are going back that way, so I'm actually slowly gonna head back off in this direction again, back to where I left my bike and everything, and just slowly work that way. A lot of doe and looks like a couple of bucks, trailing does. A few nilgai, but otherwise it's not much out back out here. If you do hunt, most likely you want to stick to the middle part of the park. Seems that's where most of the hunters are. Well, made it back to my bike here where I dropped it off. So in about maybe about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's a long walk, hard walk. It's real swampland back there, loose sand, wet, muddy. Walked the shoreline all around out in this big lagoon right here. Seen plenty of tracks, plenty of dung piles, but it's really hard to tell which way they're coming because they're always crisscrossing each other. That's one thing about I heard that the nilgai never use the same trail, so it's really hard to figure out which way they're coming or going and everything. But it's a hard hike out here. I tell you what, if you're coming out here all the way back towards close to the Adolf Tome area, we're in the very back section. I said don't bother. I would say focus on just before this levee right here and stay over there. Seems like that's where most of the hunters are. That's where I busted like 3 or 4 hunters over there on the way in here. So I don't see nobody back here. It's too far to haul out that 600-pound nilgai when you get there. So I'm gonna slowly work back towards my game cart. I'm gonna grab me a snack and probably find a place to post up for a couple of hours and see hopefully anything walks by. Well, that's it. Made it back to the truck. Just had a little bite to eat. Loaded my bike back off into the truck and my cart and everything. But I surrender. White flag. I give up. It's a hard hunt, and it's getting warm right now. Talked to some of the hunters that came in and everything. They said they haven't really seen much today either. And they're just sporadic around here. So just pretty much gonna call it a day here for me. Pack up, go back to the camper, load everything back up, and probably hit the road first thing in the morning. Pretty much a good hunt. Wasn't too bad. Pretty excited of day 1, day 2. But it didn't help when those other hunters started shooting their pistols off about 9:30 in the morning. So it's a hard hunt. I just don't think I probably might be here next year. It's too far to travel from Austin, and there's a whole bunch of other units real close to me where I can hunt to get a draw tag. So I'll probably just mark this off the list and said I did it, and maybe in the future if I come back, I'll come back and concentrate on nilgai. Now that I know the area a little bit more better, kind of can focus in certain areas. met a whole bunch of nice other hunters out here, pretty cool guys. And but I think I'm just gonna call it, hit the road, and probably in 2 weeks I'll probably head out to East Texas again and get a rifle hunt in one last time, maybe hopefully twice before the season ends. So catch you guys later. All right, pros and cons about hunting Laguna Atascosa. Pros, it's a unique hunt. You got nilgai here, but there's other public lands that have nilgai too. Definitely a learning experience. Just follow the other hunters if you're first time doing this, because you're gonna notice that a lot of other hunters, they know the area, they've been here many times before, and they'll hunt off of these fire breaks. So they'll park all their trucks right by the gates, and they'll just travel down the fire breaks, or the ranch road, whatever you want to call it, with their bikes and their stands or their blinds, or some people just even just sitting in a tree. So you just got to find a spot. I did a lot of research on maps and really didn't help much. I've seen a lot of trail crossings, but those trail crossings could be anything: hogs, nilgai, white-tailed deer. One thing I did learn is that the nilgai never use the same path. They always use a different path. That's why you see so many trails crossing here. They never walk the same path. So, cons, I think the price what they charge you for archery is a little out of hand. Especially it's cheaper to do rifle hunt. And the odds of you shooting a white-tailed deer or a nilgai is very low here, very low. They show you the stats when you get an orientation, and I would say out of 1,000 hunters, probably even 10, maybe 10%. So there's quite a few hunters gonna go home empty-handed. So me myself, I probably just rather stick to public hunting, climb a pine tree and just sit there. So far that's something I really like right now. Spot and stock, can't spot and stock here, not at all. Too many hunters, there's like 200 hunters, and you're gonna bump into hunters wherever you go. Unless you go way back where nobody's at, then you gotta realize you're gonna have to figure out how to get that carcass out and whole, basically, because they tell you they want the hide, the hooves, and the head brought back to the hunt station regardless. So you're gonna have to be loading that whole thing all the way back, even if you quarter it. So it's a long trek. But like I said, maybe in a few years, get a little bit more hunting experience under my belt, I might come back, or maybe look for something that's a little bit closer that also has nilgai. It's definitely a species that I want to hunt. Axis is also another next one I want to hunt too. So I'm still looking into that. So if you decide to come here, it's definitely going to be an eye-opener. Expect, like I said, other people have said it takes a good 45 minutes to an hour just to get here, because the speed limit's only 15 miles an hour once you get inside the park, and it takes a half an hour just to get from the RV park where you can stay. That's the closest one. So a good hour just to get here to your location, and they don't even open the gates until an hour and a half before sunrise. So you're going to be basically running in here. See a lot of hunters coming in here at the same time. So if y'all come here in the future, good luck. Wish y'all luck. Maybe I might be back in the future. Just gonna head home. Just relax now. Go public hunting in 2 more weeks. Catch you guys later.